Hello everyone, I'm Cindy. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to start in a kneeling position, placing the shins on the floor, sitting back, pressing the heels out to the side, makes it a bit more comfortable. If this position is uncomfortable for you entirely, feel free just to sit in a cross-legged position. We're going to start with the hands on the knees or the lap, relax the shoulders. Make sure we're sitting up really tall, so really lengthening through the spine, pulling the navel in, tucking the tailbone under so we're not arching the lower back. I'm just going to begin by closing the eyes and finding the breath. So as much as possible we want to be breathing through the nose. Just beginning to become aware of your breath. With each inhalation, feel the lungs expanding, the body lengthening through the top of the head. And as we exhale, the lungs contract, we empty the lungs, and we begin to draw the navel into the spine gently. So again, as we inhale, we expand, we lengthen. And as we exhale, we empty the lungs, and the navel draws into the spine. Good, one more time. Inhale. And exhale. You can go ahead and open your eyes gently. We're going to begin with the head and neck circles. So either just half circles or full circles if that's comfortable for your neck. Just nice and slowly. No need to rush. And bringing your head back into the center. Taking your arms out to the side, palms facing upward. We're going to inhale, stretching up through the shoulders as we reach the arms up. Look up to the thumbs. Exhale as we return the hands to the heart. Again, inhale, taking the arms wide, spreading the fingers, stretching out through the arms. Inhaling as we look up, pressing the palms. Exhale as we bring the hands back to the heart. One more time. So inhale, opening through the chest, through the arms, through the fingers. Hands, exhale to heart. Good. Taking your left hand down to the floor, we're going to inhale, raising the right arm. Exhale as we reach over to the side. Looking up if we can, side body stretch. Inhale as we come back up. Exhale as we swap the hands over. So right hand down, left arm to ear, looking up. Again, inhale as we return up. Exhale as we go over to the left. Keep reaching your sit bones down towards the floor. Looking up if we can. Inhale as we come up again. And exhale to the right. Good, one more time. Inhale up, exhale over to the left. Inhale up, exhale over to the right. And inhale as we return. Lovely, just taking your hands together, binding the fingers, and we're just going to circle the closed hands, just beginning to loosen up the wrists, waking up the joints in the wrists. Good. And then coming up onto the hands and the knees, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So just a regular cat-cow, dropping the shoulders down the back. Inhale as we release the lower back and we look up. Exhale, rounding the back, navel in, chin to chest. Two more times. So inhale, release the lower back and look up. And exhale, rounding through the spine, pressing into the shoulders, navel in. One more time. Inhale as we look up. Exhale, chin to chest, navel in, rounding the back. Coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to come up onto the knees staying hip distance apart. Pressing down through the feet, not down through the knees, opening the hips forward. So we're going to do a camel pose or back bending. So for the first one, we can either just place our hand on our lower back, elbow pointing backwards for support. If you're a little bit more comfortable in a back bend, we can come up onto the heels and we can drop back and reach for our heel with the right hand. Or if you're very comfortable in a gentle back bend, we can keep the tops of the feet on the floor, and we can again reach back for the heels, which is a little bit further away. So just choosing whichever option was comfortable for you. So taking the right hand back to again where we were. So either the hip, the foot, the heel. We're going to inhale, raising the left arm up and over, dropping the shoulders back. Try and look up if we can. Inhale as we come up, and we're going to swap the arms over. So placing your left hand on the hip or on the heel. Exhale as we gently stretch backward, pushing your hips forward. Again, inhale, swapping sides again, taking your right hand back, left arm up and over, looking back behind you if you can. Good. Swapping hands again. Inhale up, exhale down, dropping the shoulders back, opening the front body. Good. One more time. So remember, you can always keep your hands on the hip if you need to, on the sacrum. Gently looking back if we can. Good. Last time. Left hand goes behind, right arm up and over. Lovely. Coming back up, sitting back down onto the heels, rounding the back, resting in child's pose. Really pushing the tailbone down towards the heel. And then come back up onto the hands. So again, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to start with the right hand. We're going to inhale, raising the right hand and raising the left leg. Really focus in your eyes. And we're going to take your hand and your leg out to the side and then back to the center. Again, inhale out to the side. Exhale back to the center. One more time. Inhale as we open. Exhale, coming back down. Placing your hand down. We're going to cross the knees. So taking your left leg behind. We're going to come back to a seated position with the legs crossed. If it's not comfortable for you to sit with your cow-faced legs, so with legs crossed like this, just sit in a cross-legged position with your right shin in front of your left shin. Making sure we're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, raising the left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale as we reach over to the right. Inhale up and exhale as we swap sides, stretching over to the left. Inhale up, raising both arms. Navel in, exhale as we reach forward, taking your hands to your mat. So even if you're in a cross-legged position, reaching your hands forward. Try and keep your sit bones down on the mat. So we're not raising up, keep them pressing down. And just rest for a moment. Navel keeps drawing in. So just go in as far as it's comfortable for you. One more breath. Then taking the hands forward, pressing into the hands, straightening your left leg. We're going to inhale, pressing all the way up to a three-legged dog, extending your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale as we bring that right foot through towards the hands. Resting down on the left knee, we can relax the left ankle. Coming into a crescent lunge, we inhale, raising the arms, dropping the shoulders, palms facing inward, looking up if we can, feeling the stretch in the front of the left thigh. One more breath. As we exhale, we're going to drop the left hand to the floor and inhale as we look up to the right thumb, pointing upwards. Good. Twisting the spine, trying to bring your right knee close to your left shoulder. One more breath. Exhale, coming down. We're going to take your right hand to reach back towards your left thigh if you can. Inhale as we look up and gently back at that left fingers. And exhale, again, left hand to the floor. Twisting the spine. This time try and bring your right hand all the way up towards the ear to point towards the front of your mat. I'm going to do that again. So inhale. Taking your right hand to your left thigh, looking up towards your Left fingers, gentle back bend if it's comfortable. And again, placing your left hand down, right arm to ear, looking up if you can. Good, one more time, inhale. Taking your right arm back to your left thigh, looking up if we can. Looking up towards the left fingers. Good, exhale. We're going to bring your left elbow all the way to the outside of your right knee. If we can, try bring your hands to your heart center. Making sure we've got a nice straight line through your forearms. If that's comfortable for you, we can raise up onto your left toes, straightening your left leg. Good. Find your breath, find your focus. Pressing down through the feet is very important, twisting the spine, pulling the navel in, lifting up through the pelvic floor. Good, breathing through the nose, one more breath. When you're ready, inhale, use the core, squeeze the thighs as you raise all the way up to a crescent lunge. Looking up, trying to straighten your left leg as much as you can. 2, 3, we're going to hold here for 5 if we can. 4, and 5. Inhale as you straighten your right leg. Exhale, we're going to reach the hands forward and all the way to the mat if we can reach. We can just square off the hips and try and reach the left heel all the way to the floor, and at the same time straightening your right leg. Good. Inhale as we lift the chest forward, opening the heart center, and exhale as we fold as deeply as we can. If you maybe need to use some blocks, you can always rest your hands on some blocks if you need to. Good. Looking down towards your big toe. Keep lengthening through the right leg, pulling back. Pressing down into the feet. Try and drop the shoulders away from the ears and keep the spine as straight as you can. We don't want to be rounding entirely. One more breath. We're going to bend that right knee. Inhale back to crescent lunge, looking up if we can. Exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping back into a plank pose. You can use your knees if you need to. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, coming onto the tops of your feet, looking up. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Lengthening through the spine, pulling the navel in, pressing down through the hands and the heels, lifting the hips high, reaching your heels towards the mat. Good. Coming back down onto the knees, and again making sure the knees are underneath the hips and the hands are just underneath the shoulders. The spine is neutral. So now we go on the opposite side. When you're ready, inhale as we raise that left arm and the right leg. Good. Focus your eyes, use your core. We're going to inhale as we take the hand and the leg out to the side. Exhale back to center. Inhale out to the side. Exhale back to center. One more time. Inhale out to the side. Exhale back to center. Left hand goes back down, cross your right leg behind your left, and we're going to sit back onto the sit bones. So making sure both sit bones are down on the floor, feet are out to the side, we're not sitting on the feet. Again, if this position is not comfortable for your knees or your hips, then again just sit in a comfortable cross-legged position with your left shin now in front of your right. And then when you're ready, inhale, raising the right arm. Exhale over to the left. Inhale as we come up, swapping the hands over. Exhale over to the right, pushing your sit bones down to the mat. Inhale, raising both arms, lengthen, navel pulls in. Exhale as we reach forward. to fold. Make sure again we're grounding through the sit bones. Don't let them come off the mat. Keep pulling in your navel and lifting up the pelvic floor. And just going as far or as comfortable forward as it is right for you. Try and relax and release any tension we can feel in the hips. Good, one more breath. Then when you're ready, walking the hands forward, we press into the hands. We're going to straighten your straighten your right leg. When you're ready, press down through the hands. We're going to inhale, raising the left leg to a three-legged dog. Exhale as we bring the foot all the way between the hands, and you can rest down on that right knee. Squaring off your hips, we inhale as we raise the arms. Good. Looking up if we can. Feeling the stretch through the front right thigh. Dropping the shoulders, palms facing inwards. One more breath. As we exhale, we're going to take your right hand down to the floor. Inhale, left arm up to the ceiling, twisting the spine as we look up. One more breath. Inhale, as we come up, taking your left hand to your right thigh. Lunging still forward, gentle the back bend. As you look up, try square your shoulders, looking up towards your right fingers. And as you exhale again, right hand down, left arm to ear. This time, try to reach your hand towards the front of your mat. Still looking up if we can. Twisting the spine. Inhale, taking your left hand to the thigh. Right arm up towards the ceiling, looking up. And again, exhale. Right hand to the floor. Inhale as we stretch the left arm to the ear, looking up. One more time. Inhale. Left hand to thigh. Right arm up, gentle back bend. And exhale, this time we're taking the right elbow all the way to the outside of the left knee. Bringing your hands into your heart center. If it's comfortable, we can come off the right knee onto the toes, straightening the right leg, twisting the spine, palms pressing together. Good, finding your breath, pressing down through the feet, squeezing the thighs. One more breath. When you're ready, strong legs, inhale, all the way up to crescent lunge. Good. Keeping that right leg straight, pushing back through the right heel. Looking up if we can, palms facing inward. 2. Squeezing your thighs, lifting in through the navel. 3. 4, breathing deeply through the nose. And 5, inhale as we straighten the left leg. Exhale as we reach forward out of the hips, taking your hands to the floor. Square off your hips. Just try and straighten through the left leg as much as we can. And if as we can as well, pressing down through the right heel, so getting that foot flat on the floor. Pulling in through the navel, straighten the spine. And exhale as you fold. Doing what you can. Again, if you need to place some blocks under your hands, you can do that. Looking down towards your big toe. Breathing through the nose. Controlling the breath. So one more breath here. Inhale as we come up, bending the left knee back into your crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back into your plank. Again, using the knees if you need to. Chaturanga Dandasana. Going onto the tops of your feet. Upward facing dog, looking up, pressing down through the hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Squeezing the thighs, lifting the kneecaps. Keep drawing the belly in. Rolling the shoulders down the back. Pushing your chest and your ribs towards the thighs. Trying to get the chin to touch the chest. Looking towards the knees, or if you can, the navel. One more breath. And then from here we're going to drop back down onto the knees. Again, if we can, sitting back on the heels, taking the heels out to the side. Or if again that's uncomfortable, just sitting in a cross-legged position. Hands are going to rest back on the knees. And again we're going to close the eyes. Drawing the navel in, tucking the tailbone under, a nice neutral spine. Lifting up through the top of the head. Finding your breath, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hips, relaxing the thighs and the shins and the knees, but still keeping the spine long and lifted. Focusing on the breath, calming the breath. And when you're ready, just gently walking the hands forward out in front of you one last time, just stretching through the lower back, releasing any tension you might be holding. And walking the hands all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart center if you like.